Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 5:06 a.m. Yes, I slept last night. Like for real this time. I slept my normal 5 hours. I usually sleep between 5 to 7 hours. I slept. I slept. So I'm up. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really, 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 really good and thankful. Oh my gosh, I have so much to be thankful for. This is a big deal for me because I normally just post something on Facebook, not even a video, in reference to today's date. This marks the 32nd anniversary of the car accident. And if I am saying anything wrong, as in using words incorrectly, it's mainly because I can't say it's my car accident because I wasn't in the car. I was hit by a car. So, yeah. So let's get into it. On the morning of January 12th, 1989, my mom was getting me ready for school. I was 8 years old. I did not want to go to school that day, but I was home maybe 2 days already from school because I was sick. But my mom felt I was better and I needed to go to school. I was in the 3rd grade at the time. My older sister, we'll call her Raspberry, was telling my mom, don't let me go. Because according to her, normally I don't like missing a day from school. My neighbor, she lived on the 6th floor, we'll call her Caramel, usually goes to school with me in the morning. We walk together. I think she goes to the main building and I go to the annex, but the bus to take me to the annex is at the main building on PS 249. So Caramel usually go to school with me in the morning, but she was running late, so I had to go alone. Minutes after I left the house, someone came running, maybe a group of kids came running back to our apartment. We lived on the 2nd floor and the window was right in front. I don't know if someone went to the door or they called out the window, but they told my mom and Raspberry. I don't know whoever else was in the house. I believe both of my brothers were incarcerated at the time. And they said, Kamisha got hit by a car. So my mom and Raspberry, they're running to the scene, which isn't far from our home. It was like maybe 3 blocks away. There's a park, and the park has a field in the back, so it's just you walk by the park and then you walk. Yeah, it's a nice walk there. So like relatively 3 blocks may seem like 5 because the block is long. My mom saw me laying out on the street and she thought she saw blood coming out of my nose and was losing it. Because according to her, this is what she told me. According to her, when blood is coming out of a person's nose, that means they're dead. The EMT calmed her down and told her no, it was a cut on my upper lip. They took me to the hospital, straight into ICU. They drilled a hole in my head to attach my brain to a machine, which which they found, or maybe confirmed, that my brain was bruised and my skull was fractured. And I remained in a coma for 6 weeks. Seizures here and there, but yeah. 6 weeks. When I came to, I had retrograde amnesia. There's a lot of things that I did not remember. I had to wear a diaper. I was in a wheelchair. I remember the therapy that took place to help me walk again. And in the beginning, it was hard. It was difficult, but it got easier with time. They used to allow my mom to take me home on weekends where I would be with a small group of friends just to familiarize myself with people that were in my life, you know. And I remember Caramel was there, and, you know, I love her to this day. I love her to this day. Because years after, she told me that she blamed herself for the car accident because we normally walk to school together, but she was late that morning. I said, don't. And that riled me up. Don't you dare blame yourself. I don't blame anyone. It happened. It took place. It occurred. And I'm here. Doctors said it was a 50-50 chance of survival. My mom, who says this repeatedly, that if she would have lost me, she would have thrown herself in front of a bus. My dad, he died in 86, so his death was still fresh in her memory. She still thinks about him to this day. We were just talking about him the other day. So yeah. Doctors said that I would never be normal. I consider myself an alien. I'm okay with that. I won't be like the other kids. I won't, you know, but here I am, a college graduate. I have a steady working job. I have friends. And I get to talk to you guys whenever I get the chance. I consider that a good thing. So I want to talk about Reply 1988, the K-drama. I finished it. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because the show takes place in, I think it starts out in December 1988. If not, yeah, right. I don't remember a lot of my life before the accident. So, but as there are there are moments, incidences where I would feel a memory is coming back, like how I remembered my father. We'll talk about that another time. So it took place in December 1988. At least that's what I remember. And it transitioned into 1989. And they're focusing on the lives of, you know, these 5 friends. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the series. I'm not gonna lie. I laughed so hard. The young son's dad. I'm sorry if I butchered the name, but he's I don't know, and it's weird. I'm rambling. He made me laugh in a way that I shouldn't laugh, because his mom passed away. He took it very hard. He began to drink more, and it was just the incidences that they put him in just had me in knots. But essentially, why I bring it up, or I'm doing a short review of it, is because when it transitioned into, I didn't know what was going on. I don't remember. So to know that, like, okay, in Seoul, the Olympics took place, and I think it was the ending of like in 1988, if not the beginning of 1989. But yeah, the Olympics took place. Like I said, you know what? That's interesting, and like learning about different cultures, seeing how they considered the American culture, what they did, how they did, how they were watching American TV. Like they were even watching the Cosby Show. It's just it was so freaking cool. I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it for the culture their culture that they represented. Like there's kimchi everything, so like now I want to try kimchi rice. I gotta try cucumber kimchi. I need more kimchi in my life. And I was asleep. I was in a coma in 1989, and the world was still moving. I don't know, it's just, it's beautiful to me. Like one of my fears having to do with death, past tense, was that, you know, I'll miss out on things. I'll miss out on the growth of technology and, you know, just transformations. But I was asleep. I wasn't dead. I was asleep. And I don't really watch anything that has to do with life while I was asleep. It was the most beautiful, it was beautiful watching it. It felt good. And it's a good series. It really is. It was it's a great coming of age series. And what made me laugh too was that I was 8 at that time. 8 turning 9. By the way, I wasn't in the hospital for the entire year. So I was out of the hospital by 1989. Later that year. As a reference to the show, the characters, they're 18 years old. So I was 8 years old at the time. Like, you know, that's cool. So when they're in the 90s now, and they have their jobs and they have their beepers, like, what? Like, I remember beepers. I was in high school at the time. It was just so, I'm loving this. I am loving this. So it's a good series. Check it out if you want to. It's on Netflix. Reply 1988. But of course, it wouldn't be within my true fashion if I don't mention Bogum's character, because this was different. Bogum's character is a talented Go player. It's, I guess, their version of chess. Or, I'm not even going to say that because it looks like the Othello board we have here in the States, or had here. I don't know what happened to that game. But anyway, he's a bit off. He takes sleeping pills. His mom passed away when he was younger. So it's just him and his dad. And the relationship that they have is just, there's so much beauty there. And it's developing. But the friends who, they're really cool with him. I like their relationship. At first, I kind of thought, like, do they take advantage of him? Because whenever he wins and he comes back home, they just hang out with him and, you know, buy me this and buy me that. You know, just very, like, cavalier. Like, this is what this is. Like, we're friends. But then he lost the match and he felt really bad about it. And all the adults were saying, you know, don't talk to him. Just leave him alone. Let him handle that on his own. But not the friends. And Diok's son was the only female there, which is fine because they all had respect for one another. They went to him, and the adults say like don't go, but they went in, and the father, he's slow to speak, which I thought was beautiful. And they came there and they started teasing him like, you know, yeah, you lost the game and da da da. Like, I don't remember the joke because I'm reading the subtitles, and so you're like, and you don't have the right to poo. Okay, you do have the right to poo, but you can't leave a smell. And then Bogum's character, whose name I'm not even going to try to pronounce, laughed. And then everyone laughed. And then I laughed. And I was laughing with them. Not after them, but with them. And I just thought that was pretty cool. And they got him to curse and be upset that he lost the match. And I thought that made me happy. That made me say, oh, wow, they are friends. It was so cool to watch. There's so much life is happening. There are deaths in the family. There's relationships building. And Bogum has this coconut haircut that like why are they doing this to me? But I said, you know what? It's okay, I'm gonna let it rock. Because they weren't showing him that much. Very attractive man nonetheless. But we're now in the future, like they speed up to I think it was 1994. I did this to myself. And he essentially glowed up. You know, he's older now. He got that nice haircut. And then they turn around and I'm seeing his face because they give you his back silhouette. Like just the back. They let the camera view him from the back. Sorry, I'm really excited about this. And then he turns around and I lost it. I lost it. So, to gather myself, I paused it, but my dumb behind paused it on his face. And I can't turn it off, but I can't look at the screen. So, yeah. I even like what they did with the Oxan when she, because she's kind of dull. Not dull, but she's a dunce. Like, but she's cool and she's caring and she's loving, and you just fall in love with her. You fall in love with everybody. You find a place in your heart for everyone. And, yeah, it was like a time capsule for me. While I was asleep, this is what was going on. And it made me find comfort. It gave me comfort. Like, I have the right to continue to move forward. So, yeah. That's my story. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm very happy that my nieces and Raspberry, my older sister, they watch these videos. It means a lot to me. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you want to share any sentiments, please comment below. If you like this video, click like. If you like the rest of my videos and want to receive more, subscribe. And as always, I love you.